Hello. Today, we are going to talk about epilepsy, demystifying epilepsy myth and its stigmatization in Africa. What is epilepsy? It is a chronic neurological condition that is characterized with seizure. Then, what is seizure? Seizure is when there is a surge in electrical activity of the brain where the neurons start to fire indiscriminately. That can lead to seizure. How does seizure happen? Sufferer of seizure start to jerk, can glare and fall, can get confused, fall, start jerking, start to foam from his mouth and start to pour out saliva. When people see such condition and the sufferer, he is displaying, they run away from him. That can cause the sufferer to be incontinent of feces and urine, even in the public. That puts stigma on such sufferer. People will start making jest of him and run away from him or her instead of helping her. The myth in African context says that epilepsy is contagious, is infectious, is transferable, is contagious, like I earlier said. It is believed that it is a spiritual problem, it is from witchcraft bewitchment, from the spirit of the ancestors, especially people who decide not to serve certain deities, that it could be an affliction coming from such spirits, from the ancestors. That is not true. In the Western world, people suffer from epilepsy. It is a condition. It can be managed. It can be treated. But when treated, it cannot go away. It cannot be completely healed. The treatment is just to help manage the condition. When people are stigmatized because of this, it deprives them of socializing alongside with others. They get ostracized. They cannot be included in whatever thing the society is doing because of this condition. The school that others attend, they will not allow them to attend that school. When they marry, because of non-disclosure of the condition, it can lead to divorce. They feel so ashamed. Sufferers feel so ashamed because of the way they are being treated in the society, especially in African context. This is never a spiritual problem. It is never a witchcraft problem. It is a condition that sufferers all over the world see the same symptoms and sign and display the same symptom and sign. When the sufferer is experiencing seizure, all you need to do is look around the environment. If there is anything that can injure him, remove it, make the environment safe. If he is hanging and has not completely fallen to the floor, don't hold him. Allow him to continue with the seizure. Allow him to continue to jerk. It will stop. Don't run away from him. Even if he's incontinent, if any of the feces or urine touches you, it's not going to do you anything. Show them care. As you put the pillow or whatever thing to support the sufferer's head, if you are trained, check the start time of the seizure. Once you count until it is about 5 minutes that it has lasted, if you are trained, there is what we call midazolam. It's a medication used in intervention of seizure. When it is administered, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes, the seizure will stop. When it stops, if you are trained, put the person in recovery position. While the seizure is going on, continue to reassure him that he's well, he's going to be okay. If you're not trained, you can as well support the person by not moving away from the person. Watch him, monitor him. You know what to do. If it is a friend, if it's a relation, your child, your husband, or whatever, don't run away from them. They need your support. Don't believe in falsehood. It is never a spell. It is just a condition that can develop. How? What causes it? It could be when someone has trauma, car accident, or any accident that affects the brain. Some alcoholics can have it. When someone has stroke, he can start having seizure. When there is deprivation of oxygen in the brain, or maybe sudden burst of blood vessel in the brain area, it can lead to seizure. Some people, during delivery, childbirth, supporting them to deliver safely, they can use forceps to help bring out the child. Most of the time, it may go wrong. They may have brain damage. There are so many causes. Infection can cause it. Metabolic imbalance can cause it. Food that mothers eat during pregnancy, maybe improper nutrition, can cause it. So a lot of things can cause it. Most of the time, seizure or epilepsy can be from unknown cause. Genetics is most common factor that can lead to epilepsy, because if parents have epilepsy, the chances of some of the children having epilepsy is high. Okay, now how do you detect epilepsy? How do you diagnose it? In African context, they will tell you, oh, go to the spiritualist, go to the pastor, go to the occultist, or whatever we may call it, herbalist. Yes, it may have been working for them in those days because of that belief. But now things have changed. You don't need to do all those, because what it involves is, or they involve buying cow, buying chicken, buying fowl, kill them, they spill the blood, and invoke the spirit of ancestors to tell them what is causing the problem. This burden has been lightened by science through research. Instead of going to do all those sacrifices, just go to the hospital. Neurologists are there. That is what they train for. They can carry out investigation using some devices. On my right here is ECG machine. This is used to check electrical activity in the heart to know if there is any abnormality going on. But for the brain, it is not ECG, it's EEG, electroencephalogram. That is what is used to detect, to know how the electrical surge in the brain is behaving. When it starts flashing, the sufferer gets confused. And by the time you know it, it triggers seizure. How do you manage epilepsy or seizure? Through medication. We know some herbalists have their own forms of treatment, but let us embrace new research outcomes. Now, in managing or treating epilepsy, because it's a chronic condition, it doesn't go away. Certain medications can delay onset of seizure or reduce the frequency of seizure in epileptic patients. So when we go for medication, it will help to make those people feel that they are being loved because their condition is being managed. We have to include them in the society, make them know that they are part of the society, not ostracize them, not making them not to be involved in any social gathering, social spheres, social activities. Allowing them to school in the same place where others are schooling. Supporting them to get married, and when they are married, if anything comes up, maybe the epilepsy, the partner maybe started witnessing it, it's just to encourage them that it is not something that can kill if well managed. But the problem we have in Africa is lack of healthcare facilities. Our leaders come to the Western world to receive treatment, but when they go back home, they allow the citizens to continue to suffer. My dad had a friend that was epileptic. When his seizure starts, people run away, but my dad will stay. They eat from the same plate. They drink from the same cup. We were like, everybody was like, what is this man doing? Is he not afraid? It is not contagious. It is not infectious. You cannot contact it. Embrace them. Show them kindness. Show them empathy. Support them. Reassure them. That is what we owe sufferers. Friends sufferers, family sufferers. Let us disabuse our minds of those myths and believe that epilepsy is a spiritual condition. Even if it is, science has made it easy to manage. We don't need to be burdened anymore going to the spiritualist, killing cows, spilling blood, and being told what is not true. What can trigger seizure? Most of the time, there are certain flashing lights. If the sufferer is there, it can trigger seizure. Heat. I remember sometime when I was in high institution, a driver brought his director for a meeting. He was waiting in the car and the weather was hot. At high temperature, he started jerking inside the car. People saw him, he was foaming, they ran away. The car door was a bit open. He slid off and was still jerking outside. Everybody abandoned him. If they had the awareness, they wouldn't have done so. When the seizure exceeds 5 minutes, call emergency line. We know such lines or such emergency responders may not be available in the rural areas. Please do your best to support them well. So, when it is triggered by flashing light, heat, stress can trigger it. Alcohol abuse can trigger it. So many things can trigger seizure. So we need to keep sufferers away from those things that can trigger seizures. Advise them better to keep themselves away from them because we may not be following them wherever they go. In developed countries, they have tags that when sufferers passes by and whenever he's in crisis, that you just see that tag to know how to support that person, that he's a sufferer of epilepsy. Having known this, please, I plead with us, let us not treat them as if they are not part of the society. They are. Let us not continue to further stigmatize and traumatize them because of their condition. Thank you for watching. In our next episode, I will educate us more on how to manage seizure. This is coming to you from Fields Health and Wellbeing Awareness Channel. And before you is Uncle Fields, an allied healthcare professional. Thank you for now. Bye-bye.